Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thanks for joining me on our regular Sunday mornings. I hope you like that little bit of extra content yesterday. I still think that Yeti ice scoop is really cool, but anyway. Today we have the brand new Nomad Z from the Electricianz. They're a company based out of Switzerland, but most of their watches, I believe, are made in either China or Hong Kong. This is my first Electricianz watch review. They're known for having these really cool dials, really bright lume, and really cool packaging. They also had one watch, I believe, that had it was like a battery. It looked like a Duracell battery. That was the packaging for the watch. Again, this is my very first Electricianz review, so I'm super excited. Let's check it out. All right, guys, we'll get into this thing, but first check out my Amazon shopping channel if you like any of the other watches I've reviewed on my channel. I do get a very small commission if you buy from my Amazon store, so I definitely appreciate it. Again, this is Electricianz packaging. This is like some sort of manila folder here. Really interesting. It's like I'm opening up a top secret document or something. And then you slide it out. There you go. We'll put this to the side. And then it has an outer sleeve that you pop off. There's the outer sleeve. Here is the inner watch box. This is like a, I think this is a warranty card, I believe. It just pops out. There we go. There's the card. Pretty cool. You can check this out, get the manual and all that good stuff. Pretty cool. All right, put that over there. And I think this just flips open on one of these sides here. Here we go. And there is the watch. No other manuals, any sort of, paperwork or anything like that comes with this. I think you just scan this QR code and that gives you everything you need to know. All right, so let's pull this thing out. And then we'll go over the 7 specs you need to know. There's your first look at it. Interesting watch, man. Not normally the type of watch I review, for sure. But really, really interesting nonetheless. All right, let's get all of this packaging out of the way. Again, they are the masters of really cool packaging. Check out their website, man. You'll see a whole bunch of really cool stuff on there. All right, so you're looking at a 45mm stainless steel case with a sand-injected nylon sheath. So they've actually injected sand into this nylon, and this nylon wraps around the stainless steel case. Super smooth, super tough, really, really cool. These also come in a smaller 42mm. So if you have a little bit smaller wrist or you just want a smaller watch, check out one of those. Thickness is 13.5mm. Lug to lug is 54.5mm. Again, you're on a 22mm calfskin leather strap with these quick releases underneath. You can see the little quick release right there where my finger is. Pretty cool. Water resistance is 30 meters, which is 99 feet. Not a dive watch. Y'all know I normally review just dive watches. This is a dress watch. Movement is a proprietary movement with about a 2-year battery life. There are 2 batteries in this thing, one for the movement and then one for the LEDs. You do get a K1 mineral crystal with an AR coating, no sapphire, unfortunately. And again, if you want to check out all the specs, check down there in the description field and check out all the specs. Like, it's got a snapback, caseback. It does have 4 kind of warmish LEDs. They kind of look like, honestly, they look like the old incandescent light bulbs. It's really cool. Anyway, I'll show you here in a minute. And of course, you can check out that it's about 73 grams. So again, I like this watch. I like the colorway, the exposed wires, and the whole dial itself is really cool. Very steampunk to me. I think it's fantastic to look at. My only main gripe, and I'll go ahead and tell you this up front, it's not very legible. Like, if I'm looking at it right now, it's going to take me a couple seconds to figure out that it's what, 4:13 or something like that. I'm so used to dive watches being incredibly legible that this kind of threw me for a second. Now, they have other models that are much more legible than this. I think just all of these kind of neutral sand, kind of beachy tones, I think they just don't lend well to, good legibility. You can see the wires. The wires are like white and brown. Then you have the gold inner dial that's kind of shifted over to 3 o'clock. You have Nomad Z right there over at 9 o'clock. I don't know if you can barely see that right there. There you go. That's the other battery for all. I think that's the battery actually for the movement, I believe. Then there's another battery underneath for all the LEDs. And again, I'll show you those here in just a second. But if it wasn't, you know, if it was more legible, I just think it would look better to me personally. You do have a smooth bezel. You have a boxed crystal. You can see the crystal's kind of boxed. It magnifies just a little bit. There's your nylon covered stainless steel case. The crown is not signed, but the light button is. The light pusher is signed with the Electricianz. On the other side, I believe there's some writing over there. Yep, the Electricianz right there. There's your writing. Here's your strap. Super incredibly smooth calfskin leather strap. Unfortunately, the watch is too small for my 8-inch wrist, so I'm not going to try it on. But this strap is, man, it is buttery smooth. It is really, really smooth. As is the nylon that they're wrapping that stainless steel case with. It's a really interesting watch, man. I think, you know, I would probably prefer one of their other colorways to this, just because it's just, you know, a lot more legible. Anyway, here's your case back. You got the Electricianz logo right there. It tells you the different batteries that you're going to need for the watch. And I forgot to tell you that the crown does have some nice knurling on it, by the way. You can just obviously just pull it out one time. And again, I'm going to show you that lume here. I think that's what everybody's been waiting for. I'll show you that lume here in just a second. But you got an engraved case back. Again, shows you what batteries you're going to need. And again, it is not screw down. It is a snapback case back, where basically you just get it's kind of like a little knife, and you just pop that case back off to change those batteries. The only other gripe is I think it might be a tad too expensive at $325. If they would knock off probably $75. Now, I don't know what their cost is to make this thing. Maybe $325. You know, they're not making that much profit. I'm not quite sure. But it's just a little bit pricey for what it is. You know, you don't get any day or date functions. Yeah, you get fantastic lume. Yeah, but, you know, I'd want a couple more functions for that $325. That's just me personally. But I think it's a really cool looking watch overall. And I wish it was big enough for me to wear, but I just know it's too small for me. Well, actually, here, I'll give you an idea what it would look like. There you go. So that's what it would look like. That case, I mean, that case is pretty big. I would probably go for the 42, because that is a big dial there. Anyway, all right, let's go ahead and kill the monitor. Let's kill these studio lights. Let y'all see what this thing is famous for. All right, ready? Here we go. Look at that. That is so cool. Really, really cool, man. And again, even when I light it up, it's hard to tell what time it is. Now, I told the folks over the Electricianz about this. And again, this is just me coming from a background of reviewing like 99% dive watches, where legibility is really important. This is really, it's more of a piece of, like a work of art than a super, functional watch. Obviously, you can tell the time. It's just going to take you a couple minutes or maybe a couple seconds to look at it. Let me go ahead and do the lume again here for you real quick. That is really cool. Super cool. And I'm looking at the camera. Actually, when I look at it off camera, it's really got like a nice warm kind of glow. Super cool, man. So really interesting watch for you guys that like fashion watches, as opposed to dive watches, and or you just want to get a fashion watch in the rotation in your collection. Definitely check out the Electricianz, man. They've got some other really wild looking models. They have some steel models. I think the steel models actually have 5 LEDs, by the way. These just have 4, but they've got a ton of other different models besides this one, different colorways, different wires inside of there. They have some automatics, I believe, or a hybrid, I believe. So check them out, man. They're pretty cool watches for sure. So I'll make sure to put a link down there in the description field so you can head on over to the Electricianz website and pick one up for $325. Again, multiple other different colorways. If you don't like this one for whatever reason, again, they got tons of other different colorways. And as always, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you click that notification bell. I always appreciate it when you do that. I've got another really cool review coming up next weekend, one I've been working on for a while. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Anyway, you know, give the Electricianz a shot, man. If you like dress watches, head on over. I think they're really cool. I love the overall idea of it. I think maybe the execution, you know, again, this is my personal opinion. I would just make these a little bit more legible on all of the models. So anyway, guys, that's about it for this one. I will see you on the next review. Take care. Bye-bye.